Thank you, Madam Speaker, and it's a wonderful moment that I have to share in this second reading of the Climate Change Response Emissions Trading Scheme Forestry Conversion Amendment Bill. Madam Speaker, I'm struck by the degree of common sense that has been conveyed by some of the speeches coming from the other side of the House. But an observation, if I may, Madam Speaker. This is a legacy of the left, for goodness sakes. 6 years, Mr Abel, this has been a problem, and beyond that. If I can hear it going, it's starting to yell already. That's right, weigh in, Damien O'Connor, you can do that. But this is my time to share some thoughts. I'm sure you, sir, will have your opportunity to do so. 6 years we've had a forestry problem in rural New Zealand. And I am struck by the man who said he's a farmer, and I'd love to know his farming experience in this moment when I'm trying to give anecdotes to rural New Zealand and share thoughts, Mr Damien O'Connor, of what forestry actually looks like. Now, let's be clear, we are not attacking the forestry sector as has been shared by the members of that side of the House. But I am aghast, sir, that 6 years you had opportunity to arrest this rather pernicious issue that was affecting rural New Zealand. Now, let's square this up to the people of Tamarui, say, Aurora, let's Paeatua, anywhere provincially in New Zealand that has dealt with this issue, sir. And I am struck, all of a sudden there's a degree of common sense and we're all on the same page. You guys had 6 years to arrest this. This is a real bugbear for us in rural New Zealand who actually live there. And you can heckle and do all of that. I care not. The reality is this is a real problem. And I'd argue this point. I would argue this point, and sure, James Shaw was complicit in this too. And Damien O'Connor, I'm sure, had much to share on the issue and did not. Here we go. So, how do we deal with the broom? Steve Abel, you, sir, have spoken of the acidification of monocultural forestry all the time. You guys had 6 years to fix this. We've got real problems with pests, pigs, you name it, possums. This is our backyard, and it is growing massively. How do we square this up? Now, Mr Abel raised a very salient point. Thank you, Mr O'Connor, but I wasn't talking to you. We are dancing on the head of a pin. You are right, because the previous lot had 6 years to arrest it and mine did not. So how do we square up? Property rights, Madam Speaker. That is a real issue. And I think this side of the House has arguably got the balance right. We cannot erode property rights, but we have to square up the contestable. What does it look like when we're protecting private property rights, but equally addressing an issue that has languished for a long, long time? This side of the House is taking that issue very seriously, very, very seriously. We've got an acidification problem. We've got a clear issue in and around woodfall, deadfall, slash. This is not going to be amended. Carbon forest is just plant and leave. We know this. So tens of thousands, if not hundreds of thousands of hectares in our near future are going into trees. No umbrage with the loggers. They're doing a fantastic job creating an export reality for rural New Zealand. But carbon farming has a price to pay, and we know what it is. Now, Mr Abel rightly pointed out, after I've shared my anecdotes, some of the egregious nature of the settings inside the ETFs. Now, I think that member has got it squarely on the button. We have to have a genuine conversation of the drivers of afforestation in carbon farming in New Zealand, separate from this bill. If we square that up, we have listened to rural New Zealand. We have finally made good, no longer languishing on the left or the right, actually attesting that this is a genuine problem and squaring it up for the rural people that grow our food and our fibre and all the wonderful jobs that they create. Now, obviously, classes 1 to 6 and the percentages that they can plant is a happy compromise in a very difficult political situation for every side of the House, for every avenue that we pursue. I think when we square up where we land with this, there will be more to do But given that this bill puts certain prescriptions on certain land classes and the percentages that landowners can plant, is finding a way forward where we have a happy compromise in what is arguably a very difficult situation. I am saddened it languished for so long. Every rural paper you open, you can see this. Every rural public meeting any one of us here has, it says, the blessed pine trees, the bloody pine trees are marching across my community. And I sympathise with those people because some of us live in those communities. We see our schools shut down, we see, the funding in the local roads and the postie, they all go, and we come to trying to square that up. And I know Madam Speaker herself would have seen this reality. This is a good bill. It's trying to strike a happy compromise, and more the heckling continues over the other side. I just wish that member had something substantive to share. But anyway, I will square up my contribution by saying this. Thank you for those that see the sense in this bill. I think Deborah Russell succinctly laid it out, and good on her. I don't believe she's a rural person, but it is. Well, it doesn't mean you still live there. Oh, look, she's got defensive. Madam Speaker, thank you for the opportunity to share my thoughts on what is arguably a happy compromise in a very difficult situation.